Welcome back, y'all, to Frank Presents the Play Call. I'm Bree. Happy freaking Friday. How's everybody doing today? Frank, how you doing?
I am doing great. I am doing outstanding. Thank you for that. It
I
was
beat you to
awesome.
it because you always do.
I appreciate you doing it.
Yep,
I'm
I
great.
beat you to it.
But
So getting used to when I wash my hair, you know how short my curls are gonna be?
shorter than that,
Oh yeah. It's gonna be how like I have a curly afro.
I like that look.
I don't know how it looks on me, so
When Ava has that look, I like it. I like that natural because being that you have Caribbean in you, you look Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna look like real Caribbean islandish. So it'll look good. It'll look good. Um, but yeah, I'm doing great. I'm really excited to record and talk about last week's stuff and kind of
Mhm.
discuss some news and stuff. So let's go ahead. Let's take it away. It's all yours.
Alrighty, so let's do week 3 recaps. Hold on, I gotta go to our predictions. Alrighty, so week 3 predictions or week 3 recap. All right, so on Thursday, September 19th, the Jets beat the Patriots 24-3. On Sunday, September 22nd, the Steelers beat the Chargers 20-10. The Vikings beat the Texans 34-7. The Eagles beat the Saints 15-12. The Broncos beat the Bucks 26-7. The Packers defeated the Titans 30-14. The Giants beat the Browns 21-15. The Colts beat the Bears 21-16. The Panthers beat the Raiders 36-22. The Seahawks beat the Dolphins 24-3. The Ravens beat the Cowboys 28-25. The Lions beat the Cardinals 20-13. The Rams beat the 49ers 27-24. And the Chiefs defeated the Falcons 22-17. And on Monday, September 23rd, the Bills beat the Jags 47-10. And the Commanders beat the Bengals 38-33.
Ah, where to begin? Where to begin?
Um, well, I think we talked a little bit about the Jets game last weekend because it came on that Thursday and we talked about it that Saturday. Um, so that one we don't really have to recap. Um, the 1 o'clock games, Eagles and Saints was a really good game.
Yeah, that was a defensive match until it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. It wasn't high scoring like that, They put up what is it? Eagles put up where they at? Where are we at? Where we at? It was a 15-12 game. That's defense all day, every day. I think the matchup made it best. Eagles defense has something to prove. And what best way to do it to prove it to a team who put up 90 points in 2 games? So they went in there. I think the Saints, it was an even match. Look, the Eagles didn't put up no points into the fourth quarter. They put up 15 points in the fourth quarter. And the Saints had 3 in the first and 9 in the fourth. They should have matched it. They didn't. Eagles came out to win. Both teams are 2-1. So I think it was good. A good defensive battle. I hope
Mm-hmm.
that propels the Eagles defense into this week. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been struggling.
And I think it has to only over the simple fact that Devontae Smith is more than likely going to be out with a concussion.
Mm-hmm.
After that nasty, brutal hit that was uncalled for, he already had 2 defenders on him, and they already blew the whistle.
So
Um,
yeah, that he's out. I want to see how they're gonna adjust.
yes, NFL is fining the rookie defensive tackle Christian Boyd 4,600 for the hit on
Mhm.
Devontae Smith. Crazy that that hit was worse than the Derwin James hit on Pat Fryermuth, but Derwin James gets suspended a game with his next this week's opponent, and this one just gets a fine.
Well, I mean, eh, let's talk. If you want to talk about it now, we can.
We can, we
Yeah,
can.
it's. I said that when you showed it to me. I said it's very interesting how you have the Chiefs playing the damn Chargers, one of their best defensive weapons, all of a sudden gets suspended a game over a hit. And when you showed me the hit, it wasn't that bad of a hit compared
But
to
he did lead with his head, and
yeah.
that's why
But I mean, the other one we saw with Devontae Smith was worse than that, and yet
I agree.
It's a $4,600 fine. That's it. No suspension. And people want to say, "Oh, Frank, you're making it something that is not." No, it's not. I think I shared something in our chat, or I took a thing of it where it talks about how many Patrick Mahomes had compared to Brady over his course of time. Hold on, let me see.
Patrick, like 18
Yeah, so
pass interference getting called back.
so yeah, the Chiefs quarterback Mahomes has had 17 interceptions overturned in his 6-year career. 17. Tom Brady only had 17 interceptions overturned in his 23-year career. Last game was 11-18 of Mahomes passers. Last game, 11 of 18 of Mahomes passes were behind the line of scrimmage. Mahomes, anyway, so that's yaks and completions this thing. So to me, Patrick Mahomes yak merchant rankings of yards after catch completion every year. It's second in 2023, second in 2022, second in 2021, third in 20, third in 19, and second in 18. So when everybody wants to say, "Oh, well, the Patriots had it too," that's just the stat that I just showed you. That at the end of the day, Mahomes has had more interceptions overturned in less time, or the same amount of interceptions Brady had in his 23-year career overturned. Mahomes had it in 6 years, and it just seems weird that it always comes at the time needed. And against the Bengals, and yeah, against the Bengals, the minute the Bengals were up, we was all watching the game. And when they went to kick the field, when he threw that pass, we said, "Watch the flag comes on." And as soon as they did it, bam, pass interference, gave him the 15 yards, or put the spot of the foul, and they kick a field goal and win. So it's to me, it's like the refs are always finding a way to help out Mahomes. But to not to get too sidetracked, I find it interesting that they're gonna bench Derwin James when the Chiefs are playing the Chargers. So I hope that the Chargers defense can hold up. Mahomes has had let me see, let me see, let me see. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Patrick Mahomes numbers. Let's go to his joint. Well, in passing yards for the season, he's number 13 in passing yards. So he's not even in the top 10. This year, he's had 4 interceptions to 5 touchdowns. 4 interceptions to 5 touchdowns. So his numbers are not looking great this year so far. It's starting off slow, but I mean, it can pick up later on. I just find it interesting that they did that for him going into the game. So hopefully the Chargers defense can get him to do some turnovers. But my concern is the Chargers offensive line and their weapons. They don't have that many weapons. So it is what it is. And Bailey Zappi's on the Chiefs? What? I forgot about that. That's crazy. Anyway, America, that's my take on it. Suspend Derwin James a game right before he was supposed to play the Chiefs is crazy.
Sorry, it was work. I have applicants riding with other applicants, and nobody told me anything. So, but yeah, so no. I think they did that on purpose because they're trying to help the Chiefs out. I think it's a lot of favoritism towards the Chief in this organization, and it's being shown a lot more publicly recently, especially this season with all of their wins have been very suspect.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're making it more and more obvious. That's just my little short take on it.
Yeah, we
Um,
we elaborated. I told them while you was taking that
mhm.
call out when it came down to that game with the Bengals, we all said watch the flags come out. And sure as shit, as soon as that play happened, flags, the defensive pass interference. And it's bogus. It's bogus. You got real athletes out there playing and trying to win these games. Don't cheat them out of it. It's better if they're going against other professionals. But anyway, um
All
the,
right. Oh, before we get to the next game, I did win this week's predictions. Nikki had 6 correct predictions. Frank had 7 correct predictions. June had 8, and I had 10. The total scores are me with 29, Frank and June tied with 27, and Nikki with 26.
this last week was crazy, man. Crazy. The
You
Giants,
should just
the
pick the
Browns.
same way I picked because I have the juju this year.
Logically, it's not making sense. logically is not making sense. There's one thing about picking your team. I don't get mad at you for doing that.
Mhm.
Because when they lose, it helps me out. But um,
I was logic when I picked the Vikings because of the way their defense played against the 49ers.
nobody thought they were gonna manhandle the Texans that way.
Well, I didn't think they would manhandle the Texans that way, but I think they could. That defense would have been able to stop CJ Stroud the same way that defense stopped the 49ers offense because the only weapon they didn't have was Christian McCaffrey.
So fair enough for that. I think for me was when is the real Sam Darnold going to show up? But is he really showing up now? You see what I'm
Listen,
saying?
listen, the
That's the
real,
question.
listen. I'm gonna say this one time and one time only, Frank. And don't you start laughing yet. Hold on, let me say this. Hold on. Let me
Oh
say.
my God. Let me woo.
All right, I'm gonna say this one time and I'm gonna say it one time only, Frank.
One time only. Let's go.
When you've been with somebody through their struggles, don't be surprised when they start blowing up. People start realizing what you've seen enough when they were struggling. I've
Okay.
seen this. I've seen the potential in Sam Darnold since he was at USC Trojans. He was actually great at USC. He was great. That's why he was a first round pick, you know?
Yeah.
I know his capabilities. Now, Samuel Richard Donald, aka Samantha.
Not Samuel Richard Donald.
Yes. Frank, you know me. I know everybody's full name, you know? I know
Oh my
I
God.
know everybody's full name.
Not Samuel Richard Donald, yo. You are funny. How do you know he wants his name out there? Is the question that I have for you. Well, how do you know that he wants his
Frank,
name
I
out
put a TikTok with his full name on TikTok and it blew up. And he posted it to a story with his full name. Of course he wanted out there.
So listen, so oh my God, I gotta look at my notes because I gotta figure out. Look,
So back to what I was saying is he has the capability of continuing what he's doing, you know? And kind of like Justin Fields, he's in a situation to where he's able to improve each week and keep growing and showing why he was a first round pick quarterback. And the lack of the coaching that he had on the Jets and the Panthers, a lot he learned from Shanahan and 49ers. He was able to bring over to Minnesota and then develop their Minnesota's QB coach, and it's working out for him, you know? So they play the Green Bay Packers this week, so we'll see what happens with them. But I feel like if he can get through the 49ers defense and the Texans defense, it shouldn't be too bad of an issue for him right now to keep winning the way he's winning.
so here's what I'm gonna say, right? And this is no sly on him whatsoever, anything like that.
Yes, it
I
is.
said, is it possible that the real one is showing up now? Because what we got accustomed to seeing was that he had no support, so he played trash. And let's
I
just
supported him. He had one support system, and it was me and his
right,
family.
right. It wasn't when I say support, I mean in the team, not your family
Mm-hmm.
on. And then
Well, I will say yeah, no. I'm gonna cut you off real quick, Frank. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say yeah, no. I feel like when he had support in Carolina was his last year there before he went to 49ers. Because remember, his last year in Carolina, they had Baker Mayfield there too.
yeah.
And they started Baker Mayfield over him. But remember, he also got injured. So Baker Mayfield was the starter. Then they benched Baker Mayfield and then sent him over to Los Angeles. And then their second string was losing and losing. I think he had support from his that team that year once he came back off injury because remember he was winning week after week after week after week to where the last game of the season it was Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers and whoever won that game won the division
Mhm.
and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat them by a field goal and they're like that was a really close game. That was Brady's last year in Tampa.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was the last. I feel like his team had support because he was able to get them out of that hole where they were last in their division, and now they're battling for number one in that division. The last few games, you
Yeah.
know.
But what I'm saying is overall from the beginning, you know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah.
And he didn't have that. So now we're seeing what the athlete looked like, what some people were saying about him. So maybe this is him. This is who he's probably been. He's never had a chance to show it.
Period,
You know?
Samantha.
And we'll see what happens. There's a lot. It's still early. The defense is strong. If Brian Flores is out there doing his thing with the defense, and we're seeing the defense perform great there. Again, like I said, I didn't expect them to manhandle the Texans like that. The way the Texans played, man, it makes you wonder they even competitive in the AFC. Like, Jesus, what happened? But
So that game, and CJ Stroud threw for more than him too. But remember, we said you don't have to throw that much after you were already up 21 points by the halftime.
yeah, run the ball.
Stroud went 20 for 31, 250 yards, one touchdown, two interceptions. Sam Darnold went 17 for 28, 181 yards, four touchdowns.
Mm.
So, but again, they were already up by 21, 23 points by halftime. So after halftime, all you really have to do is just slow the clock down and run the clock out and run the ball. You don't really have to throw that much because
Play
you're
smart.
already.
Play smart football. Don't risk giving the game away.
Steelers beat the Chargers 20-10. Great performance by Justin Fields. Rushed the touchdown, threw a touchdown pass. Like I said, stated with Sam Darnold. Each week by week, he's improving. You can tell that. We always say it, coaching matters. Some people are coachable, some people are not. But at the end of the day, coaching matters. And he definitely shout out Mike Tomlin for his what word did she use? Confidence. She said you had a boost of confidence from week 1 to now. Like, what was your motivation for the confidence boost you had? And he said, Coach Tomlin is the reason why I'm so confident the way I'm playing right now. Another thing that he stated after the game is they said they still have you listed as QB2 on the roster and online. Like, how do you feel about that? And he stated yes, but I'm a team player. So I know I'm QB2, but if I need to step up as QB1 while Russell gets better, I'm going to step up and be that QB1. Like, we're quarterbacks. I don't see
Yeah.
QB1, QB2. I see, hey, I'm starting and I'm going to help this team win. And that was very professional.
Yeah, yeah. No, but that's the right answer. That is the right answer to say. Despite whatever he may feel inside, that is the right answer. That's a team answer. That's the right answer. That's a Tomlin answer. Listen, you know what? I'm a team player.
Tomlinism.
Yeah, Tomlinism. I'm here to win a game, whether that's in the backup role or the starting role. That's what I'm here to do. So he'll be fine. I think I give him shit. I do, but I'm waiting to see. I want him to keep growing, keep progressing. Like I said, your organization is a winning organization, so you want them to. I'm not one of these people that want you to get bad just for the competition to be less. No, I want you to stay good so the competition is good and it makes other people get better.
I agree. Let's see what other 1 o'clock games that were really good. Broncos beating the Buccaneers 26-7.
I think the Bucks slept and they got caught with their pants down. But now you're going into this week playing the Eagles, so you got to get over that game fast because
Right.
this game matters. That's out of conference, whatever. This is within the conference. This could be the
If you
tiebreaker
could beat the Lions, there's no reason why you should have lost
to Bo Nix and the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? You're right. But
another surprising 1 o'clock game. The Giants beat the Browns 21-15. I said it to Frank yesterday. We watched the Giants and Cowboys game. Unfortunately, the Giants lost. They only kicked field goals, but a lot of those drop passes was not on Daniel Jones. I think there's a little bit more of a confidence boost in Daniel Jones in that organization on the offensive and defensive side, to where I think they are improving. I think that win against the Browns is what they needed to keep the motivation going and keep the motivation up. And against the Browns, Daniel Jones went 24 for 34, 236 yards and two touchdowns. Shout out to Malik Neighbors. He also scored his first two touchdowns during week 3 against the Browns. Deshaun Watson went 21 for 37, 196 yards, two touchdowns. Amari Cooper, 7 receptions, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. So Amari Cooper's and Malik Neighbors' stats were very, very, very similar. Malik Neighbors, 8 receptions, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. So I think the Giants did find their good wide receiver one. And Malik Neighbors, he's now very positive and motivating to be on that team. He's getting a lot of love from the NFL, especially with how good of a wide receiver is. Also, big shout out to CeeDee Lamb. He got concussed yesterday after a bad hit trying to catch a ball to win the game. Um, and he went over there to make sure he was okay. So I love the veteran wide receivers, showing a lot of love because we see a lot of veteran wide receivers showing a lot of love to Malik Neighbors. Also, shout out to Trayvon Diggs. He was on him all night, but it was friendly competition, and he did
Yeah.
speak highly of him after the game and says that he just wants to see him succeed and win.
Mhm. It was a good game. Neighbors is definitely number one wide receiver there. I like Robinson as a number two.
How do you feel about Slayton?
Why are you laughing for?
He had three major drop passes that wasn't on.
So, obviously I don't
Mistakes happen,
yeah, I'm
that
not out there catching passes. I can sit up here and say, "Oh, that's you get paid to catch the ball," which he does. I can't compare myself to him. I'm not an athlete. He is. But every dog has their day, and he's probably going through a slump. He's probably going through it. Who knows? Look, last season, the Chiefs with wide receivers had the most drops. These mugs get in the playoffs and can't drop a pass to save their life. So I mean, look, it is what it is. Shit happens. Like I was saying, Robinson there as a number two is good. Last night, they beat the Browns. The problem with the Browns, I think their defense hasn't got going. And you still don't know which Deshaun Watson you're gonna get. So it's like until they figure that out, they're gonna be struggling. And again, you got the Giants that come in. Nobody's expecting them to do good. Everybody, like even last night, I think people thought it was gonna be a walk in the park to beat them. And honestly, if the Giants could have punched in a few plays into the end zone and scored touchdowns instead of field goals, they would have probably won that game because the Cowboys were not dominating like that. So was it a good win for the Cowboys? Yeah, but the Giants, look, what they're 2-2 right now. I don't think that's bad. Or 1-3.
one and three. They're
They're one
one
and
and
three.
three.
Yeah.
They had the first one last week.
So it's fine. Let me see.
Okay, so now we're going on to the 4 o'clock games. You watch the Ravens and Cowboys game.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
watched the best 4 o'clock game, the 49ers and Rams game.
No, I watched both actually. Remember, I had both on.
Oh, you had both. I wasn't, they weren't
Yeah.
showing the Cowboys game for me. I think that was a very intensified fourth quarter. And
Yeah. So the Rams. What makes them scary is they're not giving up.
they don't give up. And I think with the energy that McVay brings as the head coach there makes you not want to give up on that team. And
Oh.
I love that. I love that.
And I feel like in the second quarter, the 49ers just took like a quarter off because they put 14 up on the first, 0 the second, 7 the third, and only third on the fourth. But then you gave them the comeback because the Rams put up 0 in the first quarter, but the second they put up a touchdown, third they put up a touchdown, and in the fourth quarter they put up 13 points. You can't do that. And then that defense couldn't stop them either. Like it's crazy how they just made them look bad. Right now, the 49ers are 0-2 when they're away. So, they got to figure it out. And honestly, Purdy didn't play bad. He had 3 touchdowns, 292 yards. He had more yards than the Stafford, but the Rams didn't give up. They kept pushing and you couldn't stop them. Pivoting to the Ravens and Cowboys, Ravens could have lost that game. They
They
had them.
could they had a over 20 lead and let the Cowboys come back.
Yeah. They had what is it, 28-6 it was going into at the end of the third quarter. And you allowed them to come back. That's crazy. It was crazy how they did it. Henry rushed for over 151 yards. It shouldn't have been that close. Dak Prescott threw for 379 yards that game with 2 touchdowns. So, while a good win for the Ravens, I think they needed it. You couldn't fall to 0-3 like the Bengals have, but you know, you gotta be careful because some teams ain't gonna let up. So uh shout out to them for winning the game, but it easy could have went in favor of the Cowboys.
Yes. On Sunday night, the Chiefs defeated the Falcons 22-17. That was the game for the Chiefs to lose. I'm sorry. For the second week in the row, that was the game for the Chiefs to lose, and it was bad play calling. It was terrible play calling towards the end of the game.
No, it
Um,
was.
oh, also, it was a clear as day. I'm talking about Stevie Wonder could have seen it. I'm talking about Ray Charles could have seen it. I'm talking about the three blind mice could have seen a pass
How
interference.
the
And
guy was not facing the ball and hugging Drake London as he's trying to go for a pass in the end zone. That would have
yeah,
been a first and goal at the goal. Like,
and
no, but they're not gonna do it for the Chiefs because they know they want them to win. It should have been two losses. It should have been
yeah,
two back.
that's why I said 2 weeks in a row
Yep.
that their games to lose. I saw this tweet where it was like the Chiefs should get a penalty every time their offense steps on the field because they have 12 men on the field instead of 11. And
Oh, 'cause
someone
of
was
that
like,
ref.
"How can you explain that?" They're like, "The ref."
Yeah. Look,
It's true.
I
It's
get it.
true.
I get it. I understand that there's a narrative. You want to push certain things. It's money. It's money involved. But don't again, it goes back to these players. I've heard people say, Frank, listen, that was a defensive pass interference against the Bengals. I feel like it wasn't. A lot of players, even receivers, have said that's pass interference. They're both going for the ball. One is jumping
A,
forward.
a lot of players tweeted that at
Yeah,
the game. That where was the
going for
PI
the ball.
call?
Exactly. They're both going for the ball. So why is it a pass interference? So anyway, fast forward. Here goes the fucking Falcons driving down the field. They're there. Kirk Cousins throws a ball, and the dude is draping him like he's hugging him,
Not facing the ball.
not facing the ball either. Like, and it's like you don't throw the flag. I would be mad if I was I would walk off the field. I
The
would.
whole team walked off the
Yeah,
field.
find me if you want, but I'm tired of this. If you're not gonna call the game right, then don't call the game at all. Just
Imagine if that would have happened. Like the whole offense and the whole team walked off the field.
yeah, I would have. And something's got to give. These somebody has talked to these refs because it's not. It's again.
You
They're
need me to do it?
huh?
You need me to do it?
Yeah, just do it. Fuck it, because they're costing games.
I'll go to jail.
Yeah, right. They're it's early. Yes, it's only week 3, week 4, whatever. But it doesn't matter. Like this is not just a 1 week thing. This is a every week thing with them. And it's tiring. It is tiring. They're bailing him out. They're saving him from the losses. And it's because he's the face of NFL right now. That's why. And to beat him, so that means a team to beat him has to put up like 100 points.
Yeah.
And
And
not
the Chiefs only have to put up 7.
yeah, and they're gonna
Which,
win anyways. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like they'll just start ejecting people for no reason. Like you broke hey, you was breathing heavy out the game. What? Like I'm a big lineman. No,
No,
out the
you
game.
know, you have a 93-point lead against the Chiefs by the fourth quarter. It's a 2-point game.
Yeah, like what happened? Everybody's out the game. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's talking about Kelsey's not playing right. Listen, Mahomes knows how to pivot from Kelsey, and that's what's happening. Rasheed Rice is running some of them routes.
He's
But
supposed to be in jail.
exactly. That's another thing. How you gonna suspend Derwin James for a hit? But you got a guy that did a hit and run on the highway, walked away
With
from
six
the crime scene
cars, with six
with
cars,
6
and one
cars.
of them had to go to the hospital. One person.
Yes, kids in the car. He walks away from the crime scene. They find weed in the car and everything. And
Good.
nobody goes to jail. Nobody gets suspended. But I told you this at the beginning of the season. You said, no, Frank, they're going to do it. I said, no, they're not. They're going to do is they're going to wait.
A lot of people say that they're going to wait for court, but
No.
suspend him until court.
Yeah, no. They're going to suspend them next year. Just in case, just to see if
Just
they
like when we put people in when applicants want to join the Navy. No, we got to wait until your case is closed and then you can
Yep.
join the Navy. Let's wait until your case is closed and what the determination is, and then you can play.
Mm-mm. And you got to think, you know how much of an impact that would have been to that team? Because they don't have Marquise Brown. Hollywood Brown's out.
IR. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then you get him, he's gone. That leaves you with what? Juju,
Juju.
Miko Harmon,
Devon.
and Xavier Worthy, which is still not bad, but
Mm-mm.
still,
Xavier Worthy don't have the experience.
yeah, exactly. That Rasheed Rice brings to the table. So anyway,
Before we move on to the Monday game, hold on. I just have a question for you, okay?
yes.
And it's pertaining the Baltimore Ravens defense.
Uh-huh.
Would you say, because a lot of people are saying that the 49ers defense is sus right now, you know, and
Mhm.
early in the season. And I can see why, you know. But would you say the same thing about the Baltimore Ravens defense,
Yes.
i.e., last week, allowing the Cowboys to come back the way they did? The
Yeah.
week prior, lost to Gardner Minshew.
Mhm.
And then a week before that, the first week, yeah, they played the Kansas City Chiefs. But you have and I'm not gonna say, not saying inexperience as this man don't know how to play football, but a brand new rookie wide receiver who hasn't really done anything these last 2 weeks, ball out and score 2 touchdowns on your defense. The first week ever playing in an NFL game, you know?
Um, yeah, I think their defense is sus. It's not what we're used to or accustomed to seeing. But it's also just the third, fourth. We're going on the fourth week now. Um, so I feel like if you're gonna get at any defense, is gonna be now, right? They don't have a TJ Watt, for example, that's gonna wreck the game. They don't
They
have.
just Patrick Queen, and Patrick Queen was Roquan Smith's right hand man.
Yeah, they let him go to you guys. So
Mm-hmm.
now they got to fix that, right? The thing is that in your defense, at least you have Watt. Everybody else on top of
Don't,
that,
for, don't
icing.
forget, don't forget, we have Cam Hayward,
Again, everything other than TJ Watt is icing on the cake. He is the
High
cake.
Smith. Don't forget High Smith. Don't forget
Again,
Herbig. Don't forget
your team
Joey Porter
lost when he
Jr.
wasn't on the defense. Like
Huh?
you can't bring that up because without TJ Watt, the defense is okay. With TJ
Yeah.
Watt, the defense is magnificent.
Okay, but I would say our backfield, the line, yeah, without TJ Watt, the line.
Well, that makes a
But
difference, right?
yeah, but the backfield, we have Minka, we have Joey Porter Jr.,
Yeah, but
we
okay,
have
so let's be honest.
Elliott,
When
we
you
have
have a person like
Cam
TJ
Sutton
Watt
back,
who can't be stopped, it helps the backside a whole lot too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. It helps them tremendously a lot because
So
now the quarterback has to throw the ball.
yeah, exactly. When I
And
got
that's
this
why
guy
we have
coming
like
down on
four
me,
or five picks so far.
exactly. It helps. It helps. So, to me, to answer your question, yes, I think they're suspect. Do I think that by week 7 or 6, is it going to be the same way? Probably not. But they do need to get a hand on it, just like the 49ers defense. Um, they should have won that game, and they didn't because the defense allowed Matthew Stafford, who has experience. Again, he's an experienced quarterback. He played in a shitty team for 10 years. He knows how to make it do what it do. So,
Right.
I let's see. I'm not gonna crown them. What I don't even know what their stats are.
You wanna hear something funny? It's probably gonna make you laugh because of what my thought process was because when June hopped on the FaceTime on Sunday, right? I don't know if you heard, um I was like, yeah, the Vikings beat the crap out of the Texans. He's like, what? Justin Jefferson played. I thought he was gonna be out. I said, no, he played the whole game. He was like, oh, but my thought process was, oh, you have faith in Sam? What?
You stupid.
Because
Look,
I thought June picked the Texans, but a lot of people don't have faith in Sam Darnold.
no,
But
they don't.
reality, yes. But in reality, the main reason outside of Sam Darnold, we know that's the number one reason. But the more logical reason, that's the fantasy reason. But the more logical reason, Frank, is that defense is looking great week by week by week.
They
So
are playing great defense. And
that
I think that's the
looks
biggest thing that's
great.
different is that their defense is playing well, and he's not costing them the game. But going
Yeah,
back,
he's doing his part too.
yeah, going back to the Ravens defense, they're in passing yards allowed or in total yards allowed. They're 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. So 9. They're 23rd.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they're 23rd in the league
That's a little tough.
and yards allowed, right? So now points per game, they
Who's
are
number
in points per game. You guys are. Y'all allowing 8
one? Yards allowed.
in yards allowed. I'll let you know in a second. Hold on. Let me look for the Ravens real quick. So Ravens and points per game, they're down there too, like 23rd or something like that. So their defense is not even top 10 right now. But now
That's
yards allowed per game, Pittsburgh is number one with 229 yards per game allowed. Then it's
you know what helped You know what helped us get that number one spot in yards allowed? I already knew points per game we were number one, but you know what helped us?
But
Allowing the Chargers for quarters 3 and 4 combined, they had -5 yards.
yep, that helps out. I mean, it does. So the top five defenses in yards allowed is Pittsburgh, Seahawks, Broncos, Texans, and Titans. Then it's Chargers, Jets, Bills, Bears, Lions, Dolphins. So even the Chiefs defense is not even in the top. Actually, Chiefs defense is worse than the Ravens. They're Ravens 23rd, Chiefs is they're 27th in yards allowed. Let me see points per game though. Let's see where the Chiefs are at. They're not even top 10.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yep. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Patriots are 11. And then the Chiefs are 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. So they're 15 in points per game as a defense.
Mm. All
So
right.
yeah, let's go to the next games.
All right. Bills defeat the Jaguars 47
Now
to
let's
10.
leave that one last. Let's leave that one last.
Okay.
Let's do Commanders and
Well,
Bengals.
I wanted to do the Commanders and Bengals last because I think that was the game of the week. That game was very competitive.
There was no
And
deep.
I'm gonna tell you why that game was very competitive and why that game was game of the week. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because for the first time in NFL history, the Bengals are the only team to lose scoring over 30 points and not punting the ball or throwing an interception.
That's a stat.
And that's real.
That's
And,
crazy.
and for the first time in NFL history, both teams didn't punt.
Since 1940.
Oh, since 1940. Well, we weren't alive for that. So for the first time in our NFL history,
In our life. Right. My father was born 1940. Just to put
and
that like that.
since Terry Bradshaw was a starting quarterback, that was the freaking game of the week, Frank.
So, for me in that aspect, yeah, I've obviously I wanted the Bengals to win, but I'm not mad at the Commanders either because it's Jaden Daniels is playing lights out. I think he's playing great. 91% completion that game, passer completion. But like, look, Burrow threw for 324 yards. He went 29 of 38, only missing 9 passes with 3 touchdowns. That's a game they win any other time. But their defense was horrible. Like, even their running back had the most rushing yards. So their whole offense had better yards. The numbers were more. So you had Chase Brown with 62 yards rushing on 7 carries. Jamar Chase had 6 receptions, 118 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 2 tutties. And they still lost because there was no defense being played. That is crazy. They're not going to win. It looks like the Chargers. Remember last year, the Chargers put up 35, but the defense gave up 36. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, you're not going to win. But it was a good game. It was
Yeah,
competitive.
or like the Vikings game that the Chargers lost when they scored like 42 points and they lost 45-42, you know?
It's crazy. It's crazy. So they got to figure that out. But it was a good game. It was definitely a good game. I'll give you that much.
Big shout out to Terry McLaurin. Those catches that he made, but it's not even Terry McLaurin. Shout out to Jaden Daniels for throwing those balls. Pause.
Yeah. No, Jaden, that's what I said earlier. Jaden Daniels, there's been debates. Should he have been the number one pick? And before Caleb went up, a lot of people felt that Jaden had the better mechanics. 55 games in college he played. That's experience. Um,
The Heisman Trophy winner.
he's a Heisman Trophy winner. So is Caleb, though, right? Isn't he a Heisman Trophy winner?
Yeah, Caleb won. No, Jaden just won this last 2023-2024 season.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams won 2022-2023 season.
Yeah. They were talking about him doing it back to back, but then the season started going awry. He was not playing like he wanted to play. But anyways, I feel like with Jaden Daniels, look at that. So games where teams scored on every drive, including
Excluding Mills.
excluding Neil Downs. Yeah, 3 starts, 2. That's that. Look what that tells you. Look
And
at
3
that.
starts too. These 4 combined
Yeah.
1,494 starts too. Out of those 4 Super Bowl champion quarterbacks combined, they've had two, and he had 2 and 3 starts
Mm-hmm.
where he scored on every drive, no punts.
And their team is not even built like that.
Mm-mm.
That's what I'm saying. When you compare him to Caleb, the Bears have given Caleb everything he needed. We was all saying that the Commanders were quiet contenders before because they were making
Yeah,
they
because
were
of
quiet.
and the moves that they were making during free agency were really, really sneaky, good moves, Um, especially beefing up that O line, Um, and then they got Austin Eckler. June said it. June was like, I think, because we were all talking about how the the Bears was making moves and who else was making really good moves. Damn, I forgot who else was making really good moves that we talked about. The Texans. We talked about the Texans making those moves that they made.
Mhm.
And June was like, the Commanders too is making some sneaky moves, and it's showing.
Yeah. I tell you, the Commanders are they're looking okay. I think they'll be third in their division, maybe even second, depending how things go. Yeah, look.
Highest completion percentage in NFL history through the first 3 games. He's number 2 with 80.3
Mhm.
completion percentage in 2024. And Drew Brees is number 1, 80.6 completion percentage in 2018. And then Tom Brady in 2007, 79.5.
Think about it though. Look at the difference in years there. From
Yeah.
7 to 18 is 11 years, and then 6 years to get there with Daniel. So I mean, it's not something you see every day. You got to give him credit. He did it to the Bengals. Whether the Bengals are 0-3, 0-2, it doesn't matter. It's a team with a quarterback that can put up points, and he could have probably won that first game against the Bears. It just didn't go in their favor. You know what I'm saying? They could have potentially
Mhm.
3-0 right now. So
Yeah, remember all the Bears' points came from defense and special teams
yeah,
too.
so it was his first NFL game, so he wasn't his best. Okay, but now I don't know. Don't sleep on him.
He
Don't.
capitalized on his mistakes, and he's
Yeah.
improving. Another one who's improving.
Yeah.
This is the year of improvement for quarterbacks. We love
I
that.
agree.
First Sam, and then Justin, and now Jaden.
Every game, as long as they're getting better in some aspect, then that's all you really want from them. I just hope that it continues throughout the whole season because it would suck to start off good and end up bad.
But big shout out to that game. Big, big
Yeah, I was
shout out.
good.
It was
It was a good
very,
game.
very, very entertaining. Super entertaining. Um, yeah, I really enjoyed that game. That was my game of the week.
The reason I want to talk about the Bills and Jaguars last is because the Bills look pretty good right now.
The Bills look phenomenal right
If
now.
the Bills handle the Ravens this week, it's like, bro,
But
like
the way the defense has been playing, I think they can.
that, and Josh has been playing good. He hasn't been turning the ball over. Before we praise the Bills, let's laugh at the Jaguars. Sorry, Nick.
Right, that game was embarrassing.
0-3. 0-3, people. Let me tell you why I am taking the time to relish in this misery of what the Jaguars are doing. And it's only for one person, Olayinka Akinyemi, aka Nikki, who's not here right now. I remember when my
And
team
they gave
struggled.
us, hold on. Did she give us our pick did she say Cowboys or
Yeah,
anything?
she did Cowboys. I think she said Cowboys. But here we go with the struggles my team went through after Brady. Everybody want to see the Patriots fall from grace. I get it. I understand. It sucks being on top because everybody hates you. And she would talk so much trash, like, "Oh, your team's not even in competition. Your team isn't this. Your team isn't that. Oh, y'all
Your
suck."
team has 1 win.
Yeah, one win.
Your team has the same record. Literally, your team has the same record as the 49ers.
Yeah. And, my thing here is, how we fall from grace so fast. You have Trevor Lawrence, Mr. Sunshine, who they were going to change the game for and adapt the rules in college and the NFL for him. You have Doug Peterson, the winning head coach who won one Super Bowl, wrote a book, got fired, I think, the year after. Uh,
Shady McCoy defended.
what?
Shady McCoy defended.
Doug Peterson
Uh-huh.
played for him. He's
Saying
worked,
he wasn't it's not his fault.
because he's going to say Trevor's trash. So here's the deal. The owner of the team says, this is the best team we've ever had. The best team we've put together. That's what the owner says. So, all you Jaguar fans out there, I just want you to know that that's the owner saying that he believes that they should be winning games. And when they don't keep winning games, somebody's going to go home. That's going to be Doug Peterson because they just paid Trevor Lawrence a bunch of money to be there. So prepare yourself for losing your head coach, and the problem's still going to be there because it's going to be Trevor Lawrence. Now let's talk about greatness. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Wait, Frank, wait,
What?
wait, Frank. While we're on the Jacksonville Jaguars,
They're going to start Mac Jones.
Trevor
Oh, shout out to June.
Lawrence, huh?
June called it last week on Offsides. He said that by halftime they'll start Mac Jones.
Well, they started Mac Jones in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they brought him in. He's still right.
Trevor Lawrence won 21 for 38, 178 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Josh Allen won 23 for 30 yards, 263 yards, four tutties.
I mean, he was overthrowing players. He was overthrowing players. He's the problem. It's not the team. It's not the team. I don't want to hear that they don't have weapons. They have weapons. So, Daniel Jones doesn't have weapons. He has one good weapon, and that's called Malik Neighbors. And they're out there competing. What is your excuse? You have Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, Etienne. You have the new rookie that you just drafted.
Yeah, Brian Thomas from LSU, who was the number 2 after Malik Neighbors. Then you also have, don't forget, they have Gabe Davis, right?
Gabe Davis from the Bills, who was their number 2 wide receiver because they had Diggs. So you have weapons. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
McCorkle Jones too.
Yep, you got Mac Jones in the bench, and yeah, he fumbled when he came in. The guy's rusty.
I think it was more funny because when he got up there, he was so hyped. He was like,
"Yeah, like come on, guys, let's get it, let's get it.
Come on, let's go." And then he went and fumbled.
It came out his hands. But you know what? Let's focus. But
we love the hypeness. We love we love the team camaraderie. We love the morale.
You need that.
Guys, I know we're losing by 45 points, but come on, team.
Come on, we can make it. We could do it.
With 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We can make it. We can do it with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We got this.
We can make it do what it do. But going to the Bills, we had a lot of questions going into the season, and it's still early. Things can change. But so far, he is playing well without Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs needed to leave for him to shine.
Yeah, they say
maybe everyone thought that Josh Allen was the toxic one in him and Diggs' relationship, and Diggs needed to spread his wings and flies. But now it's looking like the opposite.
Yeah, no, I think so. Michael Irvin.
Go ahead.
Michael Irvin and Keyshawn Johnson got into it. Not into it on Speak. I saw a clip. I haven't really watched Speak since they broke up the crew. But Michael Irvin said I would never go yell at my quarterback. Because if I didn't catch the ball that was in my vicinity, that was my fault, not my quarterback's fault. Josh Allen completed passes to 10 different people. Keon Coleman caught a pass.
He got a touchdown.
Oh, you know why he wasn't playing in the first quarter? They put him in timeout for being late.
Oh,
that's why. Yeah, he was. I overheard it the next day or so. But anyways, the point is, the Bills are looking great. The defense is playing good. Josh Allen is playing good, not making mistakes. If he keeps this up, this could be the year he wins his MVP and maybe go further in the playoffs. I think that let me see who the Bills. Let's see what their schedule looks like. So they play the Ravens now, then the Texans, Jets, Titans, Seahawks, Dolphins, Colts, the Chiefs. I think if they could beat the Ravens and the Texans and then later on beat the Chiefs, they're looking good for the postseason. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think those are going to be the 3 hurdles they got to face, especially the Chiefs. But yeah, anyway, look, shout out to them. I think I'm happy what they did. It was awesome. It was a great way to beat up on the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 0-3.
Yeah. So while we're talking about quarterbacks, I'm texting my mom.
What is this?
All right. So I saw this on Instagram, and who I saw this from, big shout out to, hold on, I got a burp. You know, like I hate when a burp is coming up and it's stuck. Bleacher Report. Five highest paid quarterbacks of 2024 have been struggling to start the season. So Dak Prescott, $60 million, right? We're not counting this Thursday's game because this came out 2 days ago. Okay. But for the first 3 weeks, $60 million, 1 and 2 start. Tied for number two, Joe Burrow at 55 million, 0-3 start. And Trevor Lawrence, 55 million, 0-3 start. Jordan Love, he missed 2 games, but he has an 0-1 start, but he had an injury. We're not going to count him against that, you know? Tua, also concussed, 53.1 million, and he's 1-1. Crazy. And they're the five highest paid quarterbacks.
I was watching something. I forgot who I was watching. Oh, the Rich Eisen, a clip about the Jaguars and talking about it. And somebody said this is why you don't pay them until they prove it. And I've said that. And I've said that. These leagues, the league and these teams, I should say, are setting a precedence where you're paying quarterbacks just because they're the next one to get paid. Stop doing that. Because now the Jacksonville Jaguars probably know that Trevor Lawrence is not the quarterback for them, but they're stuck with him because they're paying him the money. Straight up. I'm not saying that Joe Burrow isn't the quarterback because when Joe Burrow's healthy, it's AFC championship games and one Super Bowl.
And one Super Bowl. Mm-hmm.
However, let's see what happens this year, right? Because they're 0-3. Now, the team historically does bad in the September games. However, you got to change that. I'm going to put that on the coaching a little bit because guess what? That's up to you to come up with a game plan to change how your team is playing. However, lately,
don't forget they didn't punt. They scored every drive last week.
They've been getting better. Burrow's getting better by the weeks that goes by because against the Patriots, he was horrible. He played well against the Chiefs. He did great, honestly. Their defense actually did great. And then you go to the commanders come to your house and you lay an egg, but you still played well. 3 touchdowns. So it's hard to say that he's not doing his part. However, the slow starts in the beginning of the season hurt. But at least he went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
However, the other ones that are getting paid, they haven't done anything. Dak Prescott, 60 million. Dak Prescott hasn't even won more than one game how many playoff games has he won in his career?
1 or 2.
Alexa, how many playoff games has Dak Prescott won in his career?
Oh, in his career.
1 playoff.
1.
Yep, 1 playoff game. He's only won 1 playoff game in his entire NFL career, and you just made him $60 million a year. See, that it was crazy. Purdy has more playoff wins than you do. Purdy's been to the damn Super Bowl. And he's continuing to play. He's playing well. It's not like he's playing bad. So for this, you keep paying these people. Go ahead. And you're handcuffing your organization to these quarterbacks that are not going to get you nowhere. And then when you can't get other players to come because there's no money, when you can't keep the players you got because there's no money, and you're not doing that, the Cowboys haven't done anything in the draft. They didn't do anything in offseason. So look, now you don't got a running game. You don't got a running game, and you don't have a wide receiver to complement CeeDee Lamb. But anyways, make them earn it. Stop paying them because they're the next one up. No. If you're my franchise quarterback, show me something. Straight up.
I agree. All right, so we have some latest news. One of them being beef of the week. We had CJ Gardner-Johnson versus Michael Parsons right after. So it's funny because before I get to the story, I can't unsee it. Antonio Brown said that CJ Gardner-Johnson is the Dylan Brooks of the NFL, and I can't unsee it.
Why is AB even talking? That's the question.
Did he lie?
No, but why is he even talking?
Did he lie?
He is, but why is he up there talking? Get your man.
So CJ Gardner-Johnson, after beating the Saints, said that I forgot quote what he said, but basically like they're nobodies. And remember, they still got Derek Carr. Michael Parsons then starts talking about him on his podcast, saying, I don't even know who CJ Gardner-Johnson is. CJ Gardner-Johnson tweeted, Fam, the league knows who I am. Forget the narrative. At Micah Parsons 11. You can check my track record on how I overcame a lot, won a lot more playoff games than you, my guy. Then he said, we can watch film on your podcast from rookie year to now. If people don't know who I am.
I mean, I like
it's
that.
true.
I like that. He said, let me come on your joint then. If people don't know me, let's go watch film on your joint. I think Mike could be talking out his ass. Micah does it on purpose. His ratings.
He put his nose in business that don't need to be in there.
He does things. You know, he reminds me of that guy that wants to just talk trash, even when he's struggling and he's not doing good. But he's gonna talk trash just to get under your skin. And that's what he's doing. First off, I'm not arguing nobody ain't got no Super Bowl ring. And that's what I'm gonna leave it at. You want to talk trash? My response to him would have been me with my ring on, showing him like, look, bro, when you get one of these, then come talk to me. Until then, there's nothing to talk about.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still scrolling. My bad, Frank. Quarterback Jordan Love, who practiced every day this week, is on a limited basis despite the MCL chair. Devontae Smith is out with a concussion, but AJ Brown is officially questionable after practicing today. Raiders tell. Oh, I'm a wait to say the Raiders stuff. Okay, injury updates. Keenan Allen practiced fully and is trending towards a return. Rome Odunze was in full participant. And then Saints linebacker Demario Davis and O-lineman Cesar Ruiz are both out.
Okay. Adams is out, and so is McBride.
Yeah, I have a list of all the Raiders that are out. So, and then from yesterday's game, Michael Parsons did in fact suffer a high ankle sprain in last night's game. His status is to be determined. Also, Chris Olave hurt his hamstring at practice today as well, so he is also questionable. And then a guy named Zaire on the Colts says that he is happy to go play Pittsburgh this week, right? Toby's is about to start growling at me, and I don't need him barking. He says he's happy, he's very excited. He also stated, I want to snag one of those terrible towels. I'm looking at snagging one or a few of those at this Sunday. Pat McAfee on his show said, "Oh, buddy, have you ever heard about the curse? If no one's ever heard about the curse, let me tell you something. The Jags are 0-8 since stomping on the terrible towel.
That is true. That is true. Somebody put that up too.
It was like a little bit before my time. The Browns made fun and snagged and stomped on a terrible towel. That following season, the head coach did state, we haven't won the game since we dirtied up the terrible towel. Bengals, anytime they disrespected the towels back in the day, a player got injured week after week after week after that. The terrible towel curse is actually real, So, Pat McAfee, thank you for warning him. I hope he doesn't snag a terrible towel because I actually like Anthony Richardson and want him to succeed this year. And I don't want bad things happening to that organization if you disrespect the terrible towel. It's a terrible towel for a reason. Terrible things happen to you when you disrespect it.
I don't understand how players, whether you believe it or not, but you have some players that wear the same socks every game because they don't want to lose. The superstition is real.
Mm-hmm.
And then the routine, like someone have routines, and if they don't have the routine, it's like, oh my God, they feel like they're losing something. So my thing is, why not, if you know that's out there, and I'm pretty sure somebody said something to him, or he's watched the
he said it to a reporter by himself, like outside the practice facility. So it's probably gotten around, and they probably like, bro, why the fuck did you do that?
Let's see. Hopefully he doesn't do it. Hopefully the Colts are struggling already as it is. You don't need extra help to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So what you was gonna say about the Raiders?
Okay, so I have a screenshot of it. So the Raiders, before I get to that, Crosby says that Antonio Brown gave him the N-word pass way back in 2019 when AB was on the Raiders. Then he states, AB knows a valid cracker when he sees one. And Antonio Brown quoted it and said, no, that's legit a true story of what happened.
Yeah, look who's talking, Antonio Brown. You know this guy.
Um, List the Raiders out for Sunday's game against the Browns. Devontae Adams, Max Crosby, Thayer, offensive tackle Thayer Munford, linebacker Divine Diablo, tight end Michael Meyer, and cornerback DeCamerion Richardson.
And I picked the damn Raiders to win.
I mean, we didn't do our predictions yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change, but that was the money one. I need to win.
Alrighty, and that is it. Now we have pictures
Oh,
and emotions. Oh,
I
go
thought you
ahead.
was gonna put this out. So during the press conference, they asked Antonio Pierce what he felt about
Oh,
some of the plays.
oh, the
Of,
business moves.
yeah, the play, how the players played during the game, and his response to them was, "Some of our players made business decisions, and we will make business decisions moving forward." And I thought that was the coldest thing ever.
Yes, but what did he mean by some of his players made business decisions?
So I guess their lack of effort. So to him, they didn't play as hard because they don't want to get hurt or risk money. So in his eyes, it's football. You're gonna play and you're gonna play and you're gonna play, and then you get paid, you get paid. So now it's like you made that decision. We saw it. So come contract or whatever time, we're gonna make our decision too.
I like that.
And that's what I'm saying. And I
He
respect
should
it.
have dumbed it down for people like me.
Yeah, well, I guess he didn't want to, because he's not out there, he's not one of these gossiping coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's when they asked the question, he said, "Some players made business decisions, and we will make business decisions moving forward as well." So whoever he's talking about, because I didn't watch the game, whoever was not playing to the best of their abilities, stand by. You will get taught a lesson.
Devontae Adams, stand by.
You think so?
You don't want to be on that team no more.
Oh well, shit. You should, man. Without him, what that team got?
Well, FanDuel tweeted, should this trade be a trade? And it was Devontae Adams go to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh gives a second and fifth round pick next year.
No. Why would he go to Pittsburgh? He's trying to win a Super
Oh,
Bowl.
breaking news. Wide receiver Brandon Ayuk reportedly threw a tantrum at practice today after head coach Kyle Shanahan told him to change the color of his shorts.
Why are you even being a problem, my guy? You got your money.
They have the video.
Excuse me. They got the money. You got what you're supposed to have. Yo, take your ass and go play fucking sports. I don't understand.
Go change your shorts, kid.
Yeah.
This video, they're literally arguing like on the practice field.
See, but you paid him.
And then he just took off his gloves, and Kyle Shanahan is walking away from him. And he's taking off his shoes. Hold on. Yep, he's taking off his cleats. He threw his cleats on the ground. He's taken off his shorts. He kicks them off. Like, oh, that was dramatic. And then he puts his black shorts on. That was so dramatic. I'm gonna send you this video. The way he tried to kick the red shorts he had on, like kick them to where they flew, and
Yeah.
he missed.
See, I
Um,
don't understand that, bro. Like, stop.
all
Just play the fucking game, man. Like, who cares?
right, I just posted in the chat. I want you to watch it while I get these pictures ready.
Okay, hold on. Like, who cares? Just That's crazy.
You seen the dramatic kick?
Yeah, he just like why? I don't understand why you making it more this stupid. You got paid, bro. Just stop. Anyway, I ain't got time for what we got. What we talking about?
All right, so there's 2024 stats. Jalen Hurts, 772 yards, 3 touchdowns, 6 turnovers. Daniel Jones, 600 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 turnovers. They
So
said the caption was they praise one and call the other a bust.
yeah, I agree.
But I think because Jalen Hurts did take that team to Super Bowl 2 years ago is why they're okay with his struggles because I think they think he can do it again. Which I also do think that that team can do it again.
Look what you said, that team. I was about to say, what if we put Daniel Jones with the receivers he has? Let's swap them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but can Daniel Jones do what Jalen Hurts did in that Super Bowl by himself?
I don't think Jalen Hurts can do it by himself either.
But do you not know? Didn't he rush by 4 touchdowns by himself?
Yeah, he had the 4 rushing touchdowns. But what allows you to do the 4 rushing touchdowns? When you think about it, right?
The line, yes.
You had the O
But
line.
that's what I'm saying. Can Daniel Jones do that in
No,
the
no, there's more to that. You got to protect Devontae Smith. You got to stop AJ Brown. You got to worry about your tight end. Not only that, who they had Miles Sanders at the time that year because the next year they brought in Swift. So I'm not saying that he's going to be rushing the ball in, but again, let's remember that Daniel Jones went to play basketball at Duke. He wasn't going to Duke to play football. He was actually a walk on for basketball. This ain't his first sport. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that he could have did what he did in the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, what would the numbers look like if we swapped them around and switched the teams? You know, but this is the same thing. Like his numbers compared to Trevor Lawrence. One's a bust, one's considered whatever. It's just the hype coming out of college. And of course, like you said, Jalen went to the Super Bowl. So guess what? I don't have to worry about, I can't, we can't compare them because one's seen the top of the mountain, but didn't get to plant his flag. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. We'll see. It's interesting. It's just the records save him. If Daniel Jones would have went to 2 playoffs back to back, would we be talking bad about him? No. We only talking bad about him because he went to one, struggled before he got debut. Now old boy left. They had a bad season last year. He was hurt though. And this year he's one and two. So
Mhm.
we'll see. A lot of football left.
Is it shaking for you?
Yeah. You're funny.
3-0 NFL quarterbacks. So you have Patrick Mahomes, he went to Texas Tech. Josh Allen went to Wyoming. Justin Fields, Ohio State. Geno Smith, West Virginia. Samantha Darnold, Southern California. Who would have thought?
Geno Smith being 3-0, who would have thought?
Sam Darnold being 3-0, who would have thought?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, I don't know. You can't make it like these quarterbacks. Like I said, it's early. It's early. Out of these four, only one you can kind of say without a doubt is been performing consistently at a great level, and that's Patrick because he's winning the Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Next would be Josh Allen. The other three, they're like all reviving their career right now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Boom. Choose your 2000s All-Star offense. So you have quarterback, one running back, 2 wide receivers, and then one tight end.
Mm.
No, there's no like money thing.
No, you're just going down the line, right? You're not, or you picking
Mhm.
a quarterback and then picking a running back.
Yeah. hmm
Um, but I'm gonna go Brady for a quarterback.
All right, you going Brady. I'm gonna go Brady. All right, running back.
I'm probably gonna go Adrian Peterson.
I'm gonna go LaDainian Tomlinson.
Okay,
Wide receiver one.
Randy Moss.
I'm gonna go Larry Fitzgerald. Wide receiver two.
I'm probably gonna go. Oh man, this is so hard. But I'm gonna do Steve Smith, senior. I like Steve Smith.
I'm gonna go Heinz Ward. And then tight end,
Antonio Gates.
I'm gonna go Antonio Gates as well. My team is beating yours.
No, it's not.
We got the same quarterback and the same tight end. We can't play each other.
Yeah, I know, right?
Can't be on the field at the same time.
Brett Favre. I mean, they that's a good lineup though. Good quarterbacks up there and
Hmm.
good running backs. Because Sean Alexander was a beast. LT was dope too. Edgerrin James is good. So
Hmm.
Marshall Faulk too as well. Let me
Error,
see.
error, 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 error. Boom. All right. So this one, okay? Which would you rather have? A Tony Romo offense with Des Bryant or quarterback Tony Romo with Des Bryant or Eli Manning with Odell Beckham Jr. as his wide receiver one?
I'm going the top one. Des Bryant was more durable than Odell. And Tony Romo didn't have a bad career. He just, couldn't get past the hump.
He was just on the Cowboys.
Yeah. And Eli, I mean, he didn't win shit with Odell. If you think about it.
Yeah, he played with Odell.
Yeah, he just didn't win nothing with Odell. So
All right, what about Super Bowl winning? What about the Super Bowl team? Let's do the '08 Giants.
Odell wasn't there.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like, would you
Oh,
have like in their prime?
no,
So
I
sorry,
would
I
go.
forgot to put that at the beginning. In both of their primes, right? Both quarterbacks in their primes. Would you rather have had Des Bryant with prime Tony Romo or OBJ with prime Eli Manning?
Oh, that sucks.
That's I'm sorry, I forgot that was the caption.
Damn. Then I'll probably go Eli and Odell, but it's hard because there's nothing.
Prime about Eli
Yeah,
besides
there's
Super
nothing prime
Bowls.
except the two Super Bowls.
I
He's
think two Super Bowl wins against Tom Brady is kind of prime for
Yeah,
him.
but think about it. He was clutch in those games. But the first one, the defense did a big job keeping the Patriots to 14 points.
But I think you have to be clutch in the Super Bowl, Frank, or
Yeah.
you're gonna lose.
Listen. Yeah, but it wasn't always
Go
consistent.
on prime Eli with the Odell
Yeah,
Beckham.
I would go prime Eli with Odell, but Des Bryant to me was a better wide receiver.
Ever,
Oh,
ever, 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 ever. So Tom Brady's less fucking go player of the game. In week one, he picked Michael Parsons. In week two, he picked Alvin Kamara. Week three, he picked Derrick Henry. What do you think his week four? Let's week four, he's broadcasting Fox Sports, right?
yeah.
But which game is it? Because it's
I
probably
think
it's probably gonna be the Eagles and Bucks game, or is it Falcons and Saints?
or it could be
'Cause-
the Patriots and 49ers game because that's Fox and is at 4 o'clock.
Oh yeah, he do the 4 o'clock games.
I gotta see because I haven't seen his episode this week
Or it could be the Cardinals and Commanders.
on YouTube. He normally says it.
We'll come back to that one.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Boom. Who would you rather have for the rest of the season? Eagles or Cowboys?
Eagles.
Same. Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Neighbors?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay. They will have the same amount of touchdowns. Same
Nah,
amount of. No.
what I seen him do is
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Man, it's not to say that what Malik Neighbors is doing,
I say
not,
a little bit of both.
but Marvin Harrison's
I don't know. I have a softer spot for Malik Neighbors
Mhm.
because of how he's turning that team around a little bit, you know? We
Yeah,
we love that. We love the uprising of him. Um
but you gotta think Marvin Harris playing with a midget at quarterback. Just saying.
he's the same size as Toby.
Yeah, he's playing with a guy that can't even see above the above the line and has to play in a shotgun formation so he can see above the line. So and he's still making it do what it do. So,
And that little boy be running, Frank. He be running.
yeah, his helmet like it don't fit.
But
He
have
look,
you noticed they don't when he runs, out the pocket, they like don't even like try to tackle him. They probably think like because he's so little, like they don't want to hurt him, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, all right. Vikings defense or Steelers defense? I don't know because both defenses are really showing up this season.
I'm gonna go with what I know is consistent. I'm gonna go Steelers defense.
Steelers, yeah, consistency does matter.
Consistency matters. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. They put my best friend's team against my team. That's so fucked up.
So I would go Steelers defense, Marvin Harrison, and
But
Eagles.
big shout out to both their defenses.
No, yeah, they're both great. They're both great, and they're doing big things. Especially Vikings
Mhm.
defense is really.
They're surprising me so well.
Yeah.
All right. In words of Bill Belichick, everybody worried about the Pittsburgh quarterback situation. They might have the best one in the league. Now, Frank, I know Bill Belichick does no wrong in your eyes at all whatsoever. Do you agree with him
Um, I don't
when
know.
it comes to QB 1 and 2 scenarios? Because that's what he was talking about, the quarterback situation when it comes to who's starting, who's backup.
No, I get it. Yeah, he's looking at the fact that you have a veteran who's won a Super Bowl, been to two, as a backup right now to a rookie not a rookie, but a young quarterback that came in the league, first pick overall, that has the potential. So I see what he's saying, and I'm also understanding he's probably giving the coaching staff of the Steelers a lot of praise there. I don't agree with him because we don't know. First off, if
Russ
Justin
is going to
Fields,
look like.
at first, if Justin Fields is going to cover down and keep this going, or if he starts to struggle, can Russell pick up where he left off at and be better? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now,
Now I do get what he's saying when it comes to the quarterback situation because QB1 and QB2 can both be QB1. What other teams have a QB 1 and 2 where both can be QB1?
right, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Chiefs who got Mahomes, Wentz, and they got Bailey Zappi. The Wentz could probably be great somewhere. We don't know. He hasn't been since he got hurt, came back, and Foles won the Super Bowl. Is like, oh, you don't really need me. But yeah, I think he's as he's looking at it, probably yes. I'm not equipped to know every backup. Only reason I know that with Wentz is because I just saw it recently. In my team, you have
Brissett and Drake
yeah,
May.
Kobe Brissett and Drake May, and you got Milton as a third. But
I want to see Milton start because I think he's going to be good for that team.
I think so too. But Coach Belichick, a lot of people, it's not that he don't do wrong in my eyes. I think he does some wrong, i.e., not developing Mac Jones better, getting too cocky and not hiring the right people. You know what I'm saying? But people forget that he's a student of the game. So he was right about Drake.
Preach.
He was right about Drake May. He said, "Look, his mechanics are off. He doesn't know how to move in the pocket. Blah blah. I would not have drafted him now." He said it. But of course, everybody's looking like he's crazy because like, oh, you haven't developed another quarterback since Brady. So what do you know? But I think, like you said, looking at it from his point of view and the angle you have experience there, then yeah, I would say that they have a good situation right now. But we haven't seen what Wilson's going to look like, and we haven't really seen Justin Fields struggle. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong, but
Well, in this situation, Coach Bill Belichick, I'm gonna be a frank. He does no wrong in my eyes. No, but what I did realize when I saw this, and it's not even the quote, it's the picture. I didn't realize how tall Justin Fields is.
I was looking at that earlier. I was looking at that earlier too. Like he's a lot tall, significantly taller than him. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Imagine Fields standing next to Kyler Murray.
yeah, yeah, correct. Like who else? Who are the other quarterback tandems? You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm gonna probably look that up because
I'm
I,
gonna tell you right now.
I don't know who Purdy's backup is. Josh Allen, who's that backup? I think Aaron Rodgers has Tyrod Taylor in the Jets. Daniel
No,
Jones.
I thought he left.
No, he left the Giants and went to the Jets.
Oh.
Uh,
Um,
Daniel Jones got DeVito, I think. No, Andrew Lock. He got Lock. Um, fuck, man. Who?
I'm
Shit.
I'm looking it up now, Frank.
That's a lot of teams. Don't worry about it, Bree. I think,
Okay, no. So Josh Allen has Trubisky.
yeah,
Skylar Thompson has Boyle, and then Huntley is on the practice squad, which they need to switch that up now.
yeah,
Jacoby Brissett has Drake May. Aaron Rodgers has Tyrod Taylor, like you said. Lamar Jackson has Josh Johnson. Joe Burrow has Jake Browning. Watson has Jameis Winston. That could be another good tangent.
yeah,
Fields has Russell Wilson. Or Russell Wilson has Fields. We don't know.
yeah. They're together.
Mike Tomlin says he's not naming a starter. He said it too. They were
It's
like, "Is it safe to say that Justin Fields is the starting quarterback?" And he was like, "I'm not naming no starter.
but it's smart.
Why,
It's smart that
why
he's
do I have to do that? You know?"
yeah. It's smart that he's
He
not
said they
doing.
both play quarterback, and if I need one to start, one's going to start. If I
Yeah,
need one to not, yeah. So, CJ Stroud has David Mills. Anthony Richardson has Joe Flacco. That's a good one.
yeah.
That's a great duo.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence has Mac Jones. Will Levis has Mason Rudolph. Bo Nix has Stidham. Patrick Mahomes has Carson Wentz. Gardner Minshew has Aiden O'Connell. Justin Herbert has Heineke. I didn't know Heineke went there.
I think I saw some of it. I forgot.
Dak Prescott has Cooper Rush. And Daniel Jones has Drew Lock. I forgot they got Drew Lock. Jalen Hurts has Kenny Pickett. Jaden Daniels has Jeff Driscoll.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams has Bagnett. Golf has Hendon Hooker. Jordan Love has Malik Willis, which Malik Willis has stepped up, is 2-0. So I think that's another duo. Sam Darnold has Nick Mullins. Kirk Cousins has Michael Penix Jr. That could be a great one to develop under. Andy Dalton has Bryce Young. We know that situation, but I think this was best for the team. Derek Carr has Jake Hayner. Don't know who that is. Baker Mayfield has Trask. Kyler Murray has Clayton Tune. Matthew Stafford has Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Brock Purdy has Brandon Allen. And Geno Smith has Sam Howell. Oh, and don't forget, Josh Dobbs is also on the San Francisco 49ers as the third string.
Yeah. Nah, I think he's right. I think he's right. I think that when you look at it for experience and what you're getting, then yeah.
A close runner-up will be Anthony Richardson and
Yeah, and Flacco.
Flacco.
But again, I think he's looking at not just by the quarterbacks there. I think he's looking at the team as a whole, like
Yeah.
you know.
Number one defense through week 3. Leading 8.7 points per game allowed. Leading 229.7 yards per game allowed. That's still Curtin.
Mm-hmm.
Which running back would you choose to build a franchise around? Ravens Derrick Henry, Eagles Saquon Barkley, Packers Josh Jacobs, Brees Hall, Bijan Robinson, Nick Chubb, Travis Etienne, Vikings Aaron Jones, and Kenneth Walker. You gotta pick one.
Boy, Henry.
I'm going to Eagles Saquon Barkley.
I didn't pick Saquon because of his health issues.
I'm going off of what I'm seeing with the team that he's on right now.
Yeah, I'll go with Derrick Henry.
Okay. Which 3-0 team do you trust the least? We already know Frank's answer.
What you think I'm gonna say? The Steelers?
Mm-hmm.
That's my answer. But Seahawks are there too.
What team do I trust the least? 3-0 team?
Yeah.
My answer, my reasoning is going to be valid for the reason why I picked this team.
Okay.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Really?
Because their last 2 wins are suspect.
Well, we know they got help.
That's why I trust them the least. Because without the help, what would they look like this season?
Well, some people will say that we're hating and that, it was a passing.
Without the help, but they can't say we're hating when the whole entire Twitter said the same thing these last 2 weeks.
No, I agree with you. Listen, I agree. I agree.
Don't tell that to Pickford.
Yeah, he should have came on a podcast today because I would have ate his ass up, but it's okay.
So that's why I trust them the least. I would never say Samantha Darnold. I would never. I trust Samantha Darnold with my. I trust Samantha Darnold watching Toby, and I don't. People don't watch Toby. I don't let people. I'm very particular who watches my dog. I trust the Steelers with driving in the car with me blindfolded. So
Go to the next slide, please.
trust. I don't trust Patrick Mahomes. The only Patrick Mahomes I trust is this crop right here.
You're funny.
Alrighty. A 12-0 combined record. Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, and Justin Fields are all 3-0, which is 9 wins. Malik Willis 2, which is 11 wins, and Andy Dalton 1-0, which is a 12-0 record. Who would have thought Malik Willis, Andy Dalton, Sam Darnold? Who would have thought Justin Fields? Just all of them. Who would have thought all of those three? I mean,
I
those.
want to know. I didn't watch the game. I might have to go back and watch it, but I want to know what Andy Dalton did so different.
I'm gonna tell you what he did so different. Oh, because we didn't talk about that one.
No, there ain't much to talk about because the only
260. He went 26 for 37, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns.
with the same offensive line and the same wide receivers that
But he also has experience. But he has the power to do the funniest thing ever this weekend.
was that.
Beat the team that drafted him, the Cincinnati Bengals.
I tell you, yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But
All right, if you could have one of these quarterbacks for the next 10 years. Remember last time it was 5 and now these are different quarterbacks. Next 10 years, who would you choose? Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow.
oh my God, man.
10 year. Remember 10 years. Are you going to pick injury prone Joe Shiesty, your boy, your Tom Brady 2.0?
Actually, I was thinking about picking CJ Stroud, to be honest with you.
I'm thinking about CJ Stroud or Jaden Daniels because the tenured. But I think I'm gonna go with Jaden Daniels because he, to me, and I love CJ Stroud. You know, I adopted him last year. That's still my baby. Love you. But he's so young, poised, and he's improving. And I think what he's doing for the Commanders is amazing. It's pivotal.
Yeah, he's bringing life. He's giving him life.
All right, what same thing. Which rookie wide receiver would you rather have? Marvin Harrison Jr., 10 catches, 198 yards, 3 touchdowns, 22 targets. Malik Neighbors, 23 catches, 271 yards, 3 touchdowns, 37 targets. Don't think about the teams they're on, just think about the wide receiver itself.
Um, it's kind of hard, right? Because I think the first game they didn't even throw to Marvin Harrison. He didn't even use him. Like if he targeted him like twice or something like that was crazy. Um,
His completion percentage is for the 22 targets, 10 catches is 45%.
yeah,
And Malik Neighbors is 62%.
yeah, because he's caught more passes
Mm-hmm.
and targeted. You got to think he caught the same amount of. He caught one more pass than oh boy was targeted, but they got the same
Mm-hmm.
amount of touchdowns and
But he got a lot more targets. He has 50
37.
targets, yeah.
And he's at 271 yards in those 23 catches. Oh boy got 10 catches at 198. He's averaging 19 yards per catch.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I would go. I would stick with Marvin Harrison Jr. though. I don't let me wrong. I like Malik Neighbors. I do. I think that he is what the Giants need, and he'll make any team good. To be honest with you, but again, what Marvin Harrison Jr. has to play with in Mister, I want to play Call of Duty instead of study book or watch plays and study film is is good, you know?
Mm-hmm. I just thought this picture was beautiful.
Yeah, that was a good picture.
I'm happy he has his parents' support, especially through the times. They also stated that he is also struggling over the breakup of him and his girlfriend.
That's
She's
another thing.
dating Tyrese Maxey from the 76ers. She also used to date Shador Sanders.
Yo,
And she also used to date someone else. Hold on.
bro, she was for the streets. Leave her alone. Just let move on.
But if you're, you can't help who you love and like, he probably saw a future with her.
You right. Mhm.
She dated another athlete. I forgot who. Oh, Jalen Green, the NBA player who got Drea pregnant.
Mm.
So,
Listen, they all share the same women anyway. It's okay. So what's next?
ever. There's only one player in the NFL this season with 300 plus passing yards and three passing touchdowns in a game, and his name is Andy Dalton. Oh, look at little boys behind him. He look like a little baby.
Yo, you seen the AI voiceovers they did for him?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I seen them all over Twitter.
Yo, it was hilarious. He said, I set black quarterbacks back for years. That shit was funny. Oh my God. And if you didn't know no better, you would think these motherfuckers are actually saying it when they're not.
Ever. Well, all right. Week 4 predictions. So we all picked the Cowboys. The Cowboys already won. Alrighty. I already wrote some of mine down, so I'm gonna use the ESPN app to just go in order. Alrighty. On Sunday, September 29th, Steelers at Colts. Frank, I picked Steelers.
I'm gonna go Steelers at Colts. Yeah, I don't see. I don't know. I could be wrong, but ride the wave until I can't ride it no more.
Alrighty. Broncos at New York Jets.
I'm gonna go Jets.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jets too. Vikings at Green Bay. I want
Oh,
Vikings. I think that defense is going to improve more and more. I think they're getting that momentum
well,
in their.
I'm gonna go Vikings because of the defense, and Malik Willis is not really a starting quarterback like that. So
Mhm.
I think you got to meet your match at some point.
So y'all heard it here first, everybody. Frank is rooting for Samantha Darnold. Let's go.
It's like a little sister just wait for me to say something. Just go.
He's gonna love this.
Shut up.
Next, we have Saints at Falcons. I went Falcons.
Oh man,
Especially with Chris Olave gone, and then they have a few like linemen that are hurt.
I think Kamara's hurt too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Falcons at home.
All right, Eagles at Bucks. I went Eagles.
I went Eagles too. I wouldn't have been.
This one I don't know because this man has the power to do the funniest thing ever. Bengals at Panthers. Andy Dalton started.
No, I'm going Bengals.
You're going Bengals. I'm gonna go Panthers. You know what? I love the smiles on Bryce Young's face watching that team win. He was very, very, very a good sport. He stayed on the field and high-fived everyone after the win and hugged Andy Dalton. And I love that. Plus the team, they all had great things to say about Bryce Young too. So you're gonna go Bengals? Okay. I want to see that team win. I want to see that team grow. We're all about growing. The theme for this season is improving week by week.
Shut the fuck up. Go to the next game.
Frank, I'm serious. Unless you are the Ravens, Browns, or Bengals, the thing is
Oh God.
improve, improve week by week.
This thing.
Besides the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens. Okay. I'm kidding. Everybody improve. Next is Jags and Texans. Jags at Houston.
I'm going Texans. I think Jazz are going to win. They can't go 0-4 now. I'm sorry.
What they do?
Oh, Nikki better not come on this podcast. She might as well just send her
She's going
voice.
to the game.
Yeah.
After that loss, though, I'm glad she purchased the tickets that she did because she wanted expensive ones.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
All
Mm-mm.
right. Next, we have Rams at Bears. I went Rams house.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have Commanders at Cardinals. I went Commanders.
Oh man, I don't know what I.
I don't know who I want. You want to come back to that one?
No, we can do it.
Let's go back because I don't know.
Okay.
Patriots at 49ers.
49ers.
You're going 49ers?
Yes, 49ers. I
Yeah,
feel
I
bad.
would go 49ers too, but I hope the Patriots do win. What if the Patriots upset the 49ers, Frank? What if?
And I'm gonna be fucking mad because you couldn't beat the damn Jets. Like, get out of here.
Frank, what if they upset the fucking 49ers?
Listen,
And the 49ers are 1-3.
then we got a lot to talk about because
We're gonna need a two-part
we'll be
series because that one's
two
gonna
and
take
two.
up a whole episode.
Yeah, we'll be 2-2, and I could tell Nikki at least my team is doing better than yours. Okay, so
I mean, you can tell her that now.
nah, no, I'm gonna wait to the end of the year.
All right, next we have Browns at Raiders.
So I
Mm,
initially went Raiders on Sal's picks, but I did not realize that Adams and a bunch of people was gonna be out. So I'm going Browns on this one.
yeah, I went Browns too with the whole team being out. Okay. Next, we have Chiefs at Chargers. I know Derwin James is still out, but I'm gonna go Chargers at home. Asante Sam is gonna fuck them up.
Yeah, but how's his offensive line and his high ankle sprain?
He survived TJ Watt.
Yeah, but I also felt that hurt him. It didn't help him winning the game either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he didn't leave in a crutch.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Chiefs on this one.
Yeah. Bills at Ravens. I want Bills.
I'm going Bills.
And on Monday, September 30th, we have two games. Titans at Dolphins.
I think I'm going Titans on this. I don't see the Dolphins winning.
Yeah, I want Titans too. Titans are also 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
And then Seahawks at Lions.
Or Lions.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Lions.
I think they'll figure it out.
If the Seahawks lose, the only undefeated teams are AFC. If the Steelers, the Bills, and the Chiefs win. But I hope the Chiefs lose. And it's just the Bills and the Steelers as the only undefeated teams. That would be. Oh no, the Vikings. I forgot the Vikings are
Like,
also undefeated.
I mean, the Chiefs could lose. He hasn't been great, but we'll see. We'll
For
see.
that fine, I hope they lose.
I forgot that game was coming on, so I hope I can double stream or double screen the Patriots and 49ers and then Chiefs and Chargers.
All right, and then we got to go back to the Commanders at Arizona.
I'm gonna go.
Mm,
I'm gonna go
They
Commanders.
have Arizona favored by 3.5 points.
Yeah, I'm going Commanders.
You do.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm not.
why not? Fuck it. Why not?
So Jaden Daniels so far this season is 61 for 76, 664 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Mhm.
Kyler Murray is 59 for 86 because he can't see over the line.
Yep.
635 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
don't forget, Eckler's out with a concussion too.
and McBride is out, the tight end for the Cardinals.
So it's even playing field. I'm gonna go Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Commanders the benefit of the doubt.
But either one, whoever wins is gonna be a good game.
Yep.
What are you choking on over there, kid? I think he just wanted my attention. All righty, and that is our picks for week 4. Oh, I have one question to ask you, Frank. Let me
Hmm.
see if you can get this. Close your eyes so that way you don't cheat. Lamar Jackson is 21 to 1, 21 wins, 1 loss, career as a starter versus NFC opponents. Who is his only NFC loss to?
I don't know that. I was thinking about that. I don't know. I don't know.
If you had to guess,
If I had to guess, fucking Giants. I don't know.
it is the Giants.
Oh, it is. Oh shit. Yeah. See, look.
This says, oh my goodness, what a wild stat. I wonder which Goliath of a quarterback was possibly able to defeat the great Lamar Jackson.
And it was Daniel
In
Jones.
words of June, Donnie Jones.
He be killing me how he be playing that dude.
I'm not going to remind Nikki or June about Pickums.
No, and they don't listen to the podcast anyway, so don't worry about it. They won't know. They won't know.
All righty. Well, that is it for today. Great episode. Week 4 started and it continues on Sunday. Um, June should be back to be able to watch games. I know Nikki will be at the Jags game. So very good to see these opponents. I think so far this season, the beginning of the season has been so crazy with injuries, with wins, with undefeated teams that we didn't expect. And
Mm.
I'm here for it. It's bringing a lot of conversations on playoff contenders.
Yep. Yep. We'll see
Mhm.
what's going on. We're gonna see.
Close us out, Frank.
Hey, thank you for coming on again, watching us and supporting us. Share, like, subscribe, follow us. Also support our other endeavors, the Bree Network, All Sides Podcast. You said what?
I'll report tomorrow.
Yeah, she records tomorrow. But yeah, stay tuned for next week again. And whatever we can do better, let us know. And whatever we need help on, or you think we could improve or need to add, let us know as well. And so next week, this is Frank Presents a Play Call. Peace.